So what you're going to need is some fine sea salt or just regular salt, some avocado oil, some pasta sauce. I have tomato basil. You can use whatever kind you like. Some pesto sauce. I've got a red chili. You can use green if you want, but I like red. It makes it look nicer. Some chopped minced garlic. I'm using this jarred garlic because I'm using it up. You can do fresh if you want. You'll also need some everything but the bagel seasoning. This is just to make it look pretty. Some black pepper, and of course, the star of the show, your ratatouille vegetables. You have zucchini, eggplant, tomatoes, peppers, onion, and a little bit of shallot. We're going to get this ratatouille started. You ready? Let's go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start the ratatouille off. We're going to first add our onions, shallots, peppers. Woohoo! Then they'll go on in there and join the party, okay? I just like to cook these about 5 to 7 minutes. Let them cook down a little bit. And once that's done, we'll do the other step. So I go ahead and put a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt in there. Because actually what salt does is it helps to draw out a lot of the moisture. So it's going to help these to sweat, saute, and get nice and soft. So we'll let these cook for a good 7 minutes. And once they've cooked down, we'll come back and do the next step. So we'll be back shortly. Okay, so this is what our onions, peppers, and shallots are looking like after about 5 to 7 minutes. They're nice and soft, which is great. Now, what you're going to do is add your garlic. I'm just using some pre-chopped garlic, so I'm using about a tablespoon of minced garlic. And you'll go ahead and add to this your sauce as well, because you want this all to conglomerate. Usually I would use about 16 ounces of sauce. I'm just using the leftover half of this jar I have here. So I'm just going to use the leftover sauce, and we're just going to mix the garlic and all the flavor in there together. This smells really good, by the way. So you'll go ahead and let this all cook for a little bit. And I add just a little bit of water to the jar to get the rest of the sauce out. Also, what you're going to go ahead and add to this too, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of that pesto. Now again, you can use any kind of pesto you want. I'm using this vegan pesto chili type stuff. I love it. It's really good. Go ahead and add that in, and you're going to save the rest of the jar, because the rest of the pesto is actually going to go on the top right before we put it in the oven to bake. And then it's just going to taste really, really good. So go ahead and mix your pesto into that sauce there with all the vegetables and deliciousness. Yummy! Okay, so we're going to mix this, and I'm going to let this kind of simmer for about 10 minutes. I like to let the sauce kind of melt together, let the flavors just take on each other, just smell really great. While your sauce is simmering, go ahead and turn your oven on and preheat it to 350 degrees, as we're going to take this pan from the stovetop right into the oven. So my sauce is chilling out. Once the sauce is done hanging out, we'll come back and show you the assembly process, which is actually quite easy. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. So we'll be back. Alright guys, so now our sauce is done. Now we get to the fun part, the layering. This is fun. So you'll just go ahead and take your vegetables, which I've pre-sliced mine so they're already nicely sliced. And you just do your eggplant, zucchini, tomatoes. And you can do it in any order that you want. I'm just doing what works for me. You can try and make it as pretty as you want. If it's not as pretty, that's fine too. Because honestly, guys, I'm going to tell you, it's going to be magical when it goes in your stomach. So, so don't really worry about it too much if it doesn't look the nicest or the prettiest or whatever like that. I love Ratatouille just because it's so delicious. It's nothing but the purest vegetables. I enjoy it. It's delicious. It's full of flavor. For me, the fun part is actually the assembly, actually. Putting it together is really fun. You know, throw in your zucchini, your tomatoes, your, you know, if you've got other vegetables that you like in here, by all means, you guys, throw them in. I'm just doing what I have and what I like. Zucchini, eggplant, and all that goodness. It's so delicious. It's really good. As you can see, the way I pack mine is kind of just, you know, as I go, I kind of pack it in there, get all that flavor in there. Being sure to put tomatoes in the side and all of that. It's not gonna look the nicest all the time, and that is okay. That's the great part about this whole thing, is if you're not really into, oh, I want it to look super pretty, don't worry about it, you know? Because once it gets covered, it's sauced and just, oh my gosh, it's so good, y'all. And I know for so many people, they're thinking, what is this? Ratatouille? What is that? But y'all, try it. You'll enjoy it. This is fun for me because it's, I mean, you know, it's therapeutic. You get to kind of just go in there with your, you know, vegetables and lay them in there. So I'm just making it look nice. And you want to make sure this is tight too. You want to stuff it pretty tight because all those vegetables and flavors, yum, yummo, 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 okay? And yeah, I got the yummo from, who is it? Rachel Ray, yeah. She says yummo. I don't even know where she got it from, but I heard her do it one day and I was like, oh my god, that is so cute. Like, I just loved it. So I always thought it was pretty cool. For me, Ratatouille is kind of a, it's a dish where, you know, it's just comfort for me. Tons of vegetables and just all the flavor that you get out of it. It's just delicious, man. I know your average person probably is like, it's just vegetables, man. And I know, but for me, you know, I'm a veggie girl, so it's great. You can stuff it as tight or as thin as you want. I stuff mine pretty tight because, well, I'm all about the vegetables, baby. I know that's corny, but hey, it works, right? So This is your assembled ratatouille here. I'll go out a little bit so you can see it. Doesn't that look pretty, y'all? Oh, yeah. Now it's just put the sauce on top, throw some seasoning on top of it, and we'll throw her in the oven. Alright, so now all you're going to do is throw your, put you some seasoning on it. I just do a little bit of salt. That's about a teaspoon, I think, salt. Some pepper. Same thing for pepper, about a teaspoon or so. And now, the best part of it all that we throw on at the very end is the pesto sauce. So I do it by spoonful and kind of just put it all over by the spoonful, actually. Because see, what's going to happen is the vegetables are going to cook and that pesto is going to seep down into all of those vegetables and just give it this most delicious flavor. So that's how I do it. There's still some in there because it's stuck in the jar. So I just kind of take my spoon, or if you've got a brush you can use that. I have one, but I don't know where the thing is and I can't go digging for it right now. So you just kind of spread your pesto sauce around, get it all over, everywhere, nooks and crannies, all that good stuff. Now, as I said, you'll want to preheat your oven to 350. Mine's already raring and ready to go. Once you do that, you'll get this bad boy in there, and I'm thinking I'm going to give it about 40 minutes, because that'll give it all a good chance to just kind of melt together and get all mushy-gushy and delicious. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have some leftover sauce in my jar, and I'm all about not wasting anything, just because, well, where I come from, wasting food is not a good idea. So I just took a little bit of water and shook that into my pesto jar, and I'm just going to take that and drizzle it over the rest of the top of it here to get all that sauce out of there. And we're going to throw this ratatouille in the oven about 40 minutes, like I said. If you think it needs about an hour, go for it. But just check on it, watch it, whatever like that. Make sure it's good to go. Okay, so we're going to get ready to put this in the oven. I don't know about you, but I know this is probably going to ooze a little bit. And I don't want to have oozage all over my oven. So I'm going to actually put this pan on a sheet pan, just in case if it drips a little bit. That way I don't have my oven all messy. So we'll pop this in the oven about 40 minutes to an hour. And when it's done, we'll come back and let you see what it's looking like. Okay? We'll see what it's looking like. I'm telling you guys, this ratatouille is going to be banging. Trust me. We'll be right back. So y'all, this is the finished ratatouille right here. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, that looks so good, y'all. All that tomato sauce, the eggplant, the zucchini, the tomatoes, and the garlic, and the onions, and the peppers, and just, woo! It looks so delicious, you guys. But, ratatouille, I love it. You guys definitely have to try it out. I'll leave the recipe in the description box for you guys if you want, just so you can give it a try. I'm telling y'all, this is a great meal or a great side dish. I like to serve it just like this with some green beans or something green on the side, and that's dinner for me. So it's actually my dinner tonight, y'all. So, Definitely give it a try. Let me know what you think. Vegan Visionary, and I'm out. See you next time. Now y'all know I can't leave y'all without showing you the money shot, right? Look at it. It just looks so good. Y'all, this bowl is hot. So I'm going to put it down before I burn myself. But I got to let it cool off and then I'm going to eat. But, y'all, Ratatouille, it's so good. Okay, really this time, Vegan Visionary, and I'm out of here. See you next time, y'all.